this election is a resume competition, then Hillary Clinton's going to be the next president, because she's been in office and in government longer than anybody else running here tonight. Here's what this election better be about. This election better be about the future, not the past.
They came, they spoke, some conquered, others faltered. Some Republicans will soon be left by the wayside, filled with the sounds of wailing and gnashing of teeth. And perhaps, just perhaps, the Democrats will decide to let their minions rumble about the Hillary debate house for our amusement. Let loose the political animal. Tear at its chains to be unleashed. From the right, veteran strategist Ford O'Connell. From the left, veteran strategist Franco Ripple. From their lips to the ears of those voters yearning to learn the truth, let us begin. And I begin with you then, Ford. Look, you hear Donald Trump, you see Donald Trump. There's still a lot of polls out there, including our own, that's talking about Donald Trump as still being the leader. But didn't he just go a little too far in some places?
Well, he was bombastic and entertaining, and definitely he channeled the anger of the average Republican voter. But he had one giant unforced error right from the beginning, and that was saying that he wouldn't pledge not to run as a third-party candidate. And I'm telling you, if he doesn't rebound in the next debate with a little bit more substance, I think his poll numbers might go down. Republican voters certainly are angry, but they want to win the White House in 2016, and they can't do it with him on a third-party ticket.
Do you think, though, Donald Trump is able to hand off substance, though?
I absolutely do think that Donald Trump's able to hand off substance, but I will say this. He has to understand that this is not a reality show. This is, in fact, a presidential debate. I think if anyone can actually make a transition, it's Donald Trump, because I'm going to tell you something. In the 6 weeks that he's been in this debate, I've watched him improve incrementally more than any other candidate.
All right, now let's get to the left side of things here. Hillary Clinton was not on the stage, but she was the clear winner. Now, Franco, that comes from the Clinton Communications Director, Jennifer Palmieri. They said, quote, "We think this was a really destructive night for the Republican Party." Come on now, isn't that all just hyperbole? This wasn't destructive. There was a lot of stuff being said, but that's going too far. Come on.
Well, if it wasn't destructive, it wasn't particularly illustrative either. And actually, Marco Rubio had the truest line of the night when he said, and I'm going to paraphrase just a part of it, Hillary Clinton will be the next president of the United States. I think he got that right. And I actually think of all the people, speaking of Marco Rubio, of all the people going into that debate who, shockingly to me, needed the most help, it was Marco Rubio, because he's down at the bottom of that pack, around 5%. I thought he turned in actually an excellent performance and really helped himself. I think Carly Fiorina from the under ticket, as it were, is going to catapult into that top tier as well. But, you know, with Donald Trump, man, talk about Ford is absolutely right with unforced errors. All you had to do from the beginning was say, I respect women. And instead, I mean, to say what he did, it was absolutely ludicrous. Not game-changing or ending, but just stupid.
Ford, I think we have to get in there, too, because whether you love Donald Trump, whether you hate him, it doesn't make any difference here. The misstep here was a lot on what people are calling now the misogyny of Donald Trump when he went at Megyn Kelly. I mean, quite frankly, there are women that I've spoken to who are Trump fans, who are really just kind of holding themselves back going, how can you say something like that when you want to be president of the United States? That was a mistake. Can we not agree?
We definitely agree on that, and he laughed it off this one time with the Roseanne Barr comment, but he has to watch it going forward, because you have to understand what the Democrats want to do, whether or not Trump's the nominee. They want to recycle that narrative, war on women, and Donald Trump fed into that, and he could actually wind up damaging other Republican candidates, whoever wins the nominee, if he continues along this misogynist route.
All right, now, Franco, out of all those people, I'm going to ask you to kind of get off the left stump just a little bit here. Look at what you saw on Thursday night. Out of those candidates, the 7 and the 10, who do you think that the Clinton campaign, the Democrats, would most fear?
That's frankly, it's a tough question to answer, because I do think that to be back on the left for a second, I do think that the Democratic nominee, whoever that is, will defeat any of the Republican candidates. That being said, I thought that the most disciplined was probably Scott Walker. Jeb Bush, you know, governor of our state here in Florida. I actually like Jeb Bush, but I thought he stumbled. What is becoming characteristic stumbles for him a little bit, and I hope he picks it up. Marco Rubio, actually, again, I think he turned in a strong performance. John Kasich as well. You know, he got a little bit wonky, as he's wont to do, and he I thought he was going to challenge everyone just to a budget duel by the end of it and flip over his podium and just have a budget challenge. But, I think any of those four looked pretty good.
All right, Ford, I only got 40 seconds left. Wait a minute. Hang on one second.
This. I will say, as of today, if this continues over the next 9 debates, you're going to start to hear buzz about a Rubio-Kasich ticket. I will say something else that we're not talking about. In the junior debate, Carly Fiorina did
Hang on. See what happened there, Ford. You got ahead of me just a little bit. You got ahead of me, Ford. Quick, listen up. Here we go.
We need to be very well aware of the fact that China and Russia are using technology to attack us, just as ISIS is using technology to recruit those who would murder American citizens.
10 seconds, Ford. You feel that she's put herself right up there in the top tier now?
Absolutely, she's going to get up there, but she has to keep pounding this home because her name ID isn't well known. But I will say this, she's a fresh face, she's a female, and she's someone who can be an attack dog in Hillary Clinton and speak to women's issues in the proper vernacular.
Yeah, we like those attack dogs. See, all you got to do, you give me a second, Ford, I'll get to it. Don't worry, brother, we'll always get that soundbite in there. Franco Ripple, Ford O'Connell, gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us. The political animals for this time around will continue.